Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Chautauqua Sunrise is made possible by a grant from Fredonia Place, a continuing care retirement community providing dignity in a modern luxury environment. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown, Dunkirk, and Westfield, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County.
The Chautauqua Center.
Are you looking for affordable medical, dental, or counseling services? The Chautauqua Center is always accepting new patients at their Jamestown and Dunkirk locations. They offer discounted prescriptions and accept all insurances. From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Doc Hamels. Welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. We got a great show in store for you today. I'm just going to tell you that we've got some four-legged guests, okay? So stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of fun this morning. Well, it's a sunny day out there. It's requiring sunglasses and sunblock, finally, huh? The weekend's going to be spectacular. I guess it's supposed to get in the 40s today and almost close to 50 tomorrow. So we're in the home stretch now to spring. Justin, I know you can't wait. Put your snowboards away, all your skis, get ready. Oh, yeah. Anyways, you're not, Jeff, you're just going to have to get your boat out, I guess. He's still going to do a little ice fishing yet. Well, anyways, it's great weather. And as I always say, what a great place to live. Last night, I was outside with walking my dog, and I looked up at the sky. It was unbelievable. It was just like being in a planetarium. The stars were bright and clear, fresh air. It's a great place to live. So, hey, if you don't know what you want to do today or tomorrow, grab somebody's dog, yours or the neighbor's. Go for a long walk. It's just really nice out. The air is fresh and clean and just feels great. Okay, as you know, we've been tracking folks throughout the world because we're streaming live right now. And we added 3 new stick pins to our maps. All right, I want to say hi to Paul from Batavia, New York. Left a like, and so I tracked that down. And then we have a special viewer from Pennsylvania. I want to say good morning to Marilyn Carroll. She's been watching the show right along. And I'm not making this up. I know sometimes I stretch things a bit. We had somebody leave a like from Pakistan. So Pakistan got a stick pin from Muhammad. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is over there, good evening. So we're having lots of fun as we're streaming live around the world, seeing people drop by and liking the show or leaving a comment. Okay, so with that being said, I want to officially say good morning to everybody that's watching the show right now, whether it's live or later on in the day. And you're watching us on channel 1301 on Spectrum, in case anybody wants to check that out. You can watch the show over and over and over and over again, forever and ever, on YouTube. We're over there. And if you happen to be in the Jamestown area, Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, I want to say good afternoon to all my friends and listeners on WRFA 107.9, low power to the people. Good afternoon. So thanks for joining us. And again, we're going to have a lot of fun today. Okay, with that, I'm going to go right into announcements because I got a lot of people here to talk to. So let's just talk about a few things that I've got here. Remember, if you have an announcement from your club or organization, you can always give us a call because we're live, 716-753-5225. You can email us just like these folks did, or you can even drop us a line. Leave it at the door, whatever. Randy's there and he'll bring the notes in, and we've been talking about this forever and ever. It's free and it's for you because it's all about our county and our region. All right, we're going to start out with Rolling Hills Radio. Okay, we got a slide on that. And they're going to be featuring John Gorka. So let's pop up slide. There he is, 15. John Gorka is a well-known singer-songwriter who first got his attention as the winner of the coveted New Folk Award at the Kerrville Folk Festival in 1984. Let's see, from there his career took off. He became one of the leading lights of what is now referred to as the New Folk movement. With his beginnings in the 1980s, he has toured with and in support of Nancy Griffith, Mary Chapin Carpenter, Kathy Mattea, as well as having such guests as Leo Kottke and Fairpoint Convention on his albums. Having released about 24 albums, Gorka is noted not only as one of the finest songwriters in Americana music, with his introspective and moving songs, but his rich baritone voice is uniquely recognizable and evocative. Whoever writes this stuff, I want them to write about me. Okay, according to host executive producer Ken Hartley, he says this: John Gorka is an artist, like Ramblin' Jack Elliott or Daryl Scott, to whom we need to devote an entire show. His legacy, his art, his stage presence, his ability to entertain all demand that he has the stage to himself. All right, as far as Hartley's concerned, he's a musician and he's been on our show, and actually I've played with Ken. He will be joined on stage that particular evening, February 24th, that's coming up, on stage with cellist Mandy Andrews for the opening tune. All right, and let's see, just to give you some more information, all Rolling Hills Radio shows take place at Shawbucks down in Jamestown, across from Jamestown Ice Arena. Doors open to those holding or purchasing tickets at 5:30. And they have their Rolling Happy Hour. Food and drinks are available until 6:15, at which time the audience members take their seats and house lights dim. Audio and video recording begins at 6:30. The bar opens for 10 minutes at intermission, and then again after the show is over, and you can meet and greet the various performers, get their autographs, buy their merch, whatever. It's a great time. All right, tickets are only $25 for this show. Sounds great. If you're interested, give them a call at 294-0416, or you can go online to rollinghillsradio.org/tickets. Moving right along. Let's go to the next slide, Jeff. Sassy Bags and Beyond Blingo. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Okay, this is going to be held at the Resource Center, and this is going to be held this week, February 26th. Last time I'm going to talk about it. Doors open at 6 p.m. Blingo starts at 7 p.m. Tickets are $20. Only 200 tickets are available, so hurry, get them. 12 Blingo games, handbags for each game winner. Emerald, you should go to this. Get yourself a Michael Kors bag or something. I don't know what they have there. Raffle tickets are also available, including a chance for spa and salon services. If you're interested, give them a call at the Resource Center, 661-1477. Okay. Then, let's see, my friends over in Westfield, just down the road, the Westfield Memorial Auxiliary, they're having a chicken and biscuit dinner. That's our next slide, Jeff. And that's going to be held March 9th. Let's see if they'll pop that up, from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. That's slide 17, Jeff. At the First Presbyterian Church in Westfield, benefits the Westfield Memorial Auxiliary, who in turn benefit the Westfield Memorial Hospital. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $5 for children under 10, and takeouts are available. So you got chicken and biscuit dinner March 9th. We'll talk about that again next time. All right, let's see here. This one's already started, so we're going to skip that. And let's talk about this one. On March 12th, manufacturers and schools from throughout the region will come together for STEM Wars. STEM Wars provides students an opportunity to showcase their science, that's S, technology, engineering, and math, so that's STEM, talents and projects. STEM Wars features a variety of competitions and an opportunity for students to meet with area manufacturers to learn about their companies and products. The event takes place at the Jamestown Community College campus in Jamestown, bringing together over, listen to this, 800 students from around the region to participate in fun and educational events featuring STEM activities, competitions, local manufacturing technology companies, an on-site building and leadership skills project, and on and on and on. Middle school and high school students are invited to participate each year and work for weeks in advance to prepare their projects for competition. Okay, if you want more information, give them a call at 483-1833 and give Tim Piazza a call if you have questions. I remember years ago we did the Odyssey of the Mind. I don't know if any of you who were watching it had anything to do with this, but you would take balsa wood and you would build these structures, and then they have a competition to see how much weight it could hold. Well, I was advisor, and we got to like 6 pounds, and that was about it. These other guys were like 50 pounds. It's all in the design work. Anyways. All right, celebrate St. Patrick's Day. That's coming up. March 16th, your business can get green on St. Patty's Day. The Jamestown Community Chamber of Commerce will once again turn the river green for St. Patrick's Day in downtown Jamestown. Everyone is invited to join them. Oh, that's on March 14th. There's a typo here. At the Riverwalk in Brooklyn Square for the event at 11 a.m. Saturday, March 14th. So we'll talk more about that, but if you have any questions or you want to get involved, give, Joanna Dahlbeck a call at 484-1101. And that's it. That's all I have. So right now I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to reintroduce and welcome back Bonny, Scott-Sleight, and Jim Holler, who are going to talk about a big fundraiser that's coming up real soon here on the 27th of February at St. Susan's. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
So what do we got going on?
Well, I'm Bonny Scott-Sleight, Executive Director at St.
Yes,
Susan's.
you are.
And February 27th, which is Thursday, at 6 p.m., we will be having our Soup and a Song, and we have Infinity Performing Arts. They'll be coming, Visual Performing Arts.
Visual and Performing Arts.
They will, thank you.
Now you feel how I have to do this every Saturday morning.
I was practicing it.
I do this all the time. It's okay. I get stuck.
And they will be coming to perform for us, and Jim thankfully set this up for us. So they will be coming and performing, and we'll be having many students coming in and out, and possibly some of the instructors.
As well.
And we'll be having 6 soups there, so we'll be having corn chowder,
Yep.
chili, stuffed green pepper, and zuppa toscano, broccoli and cheese, and it's just going to be a great time for $10. So we're inviting everyone to come out. We had a great time this last
Right,
month
you were here a while
on January 30th. So we're just inviting everyone to come out. 31 Water Street, which is the St. Susan Center building.
Okay, what's Zuppa Toscano?
Well, it is the copycat soup at Olive Garden, so it's
Oh.
the sausage and potatoes, and it's very good. So we often get requests to have that soup, and we make it right there at the center. So all of the soups are made there by the culinary team.
I went to that a couple of years ago. Will and I played for it, and we tried the different soups. They were really, really good. How about, let's get Jim on the mic.
Thank
Jim, what's Infinity going to be doing?
Well, Infinity's going to be putting together a program with their students and hopefully some of their instructors as well. And it'll be a little bit like an open mic, but more structured. So they'll come up and do a couple of tunes. They'll switch acts. We'll reset up and just keep on going through the evening. It's going to be a lot of fun. They did this once before at Soup and a Song almost a decade ago. So it'll probably be a little bit different faces than then. But it'll still be a great program, and it'll be very entertaining for sure.
Good. And it's $10, and it's going to be February 27th. And Bonnie, somebody wants to say hello to you. Somebody knows you. They called in. So good morning, caller.
Good morning, Doc.
Mike from Portland.
It is Mike from Portland.
You know who this is?
I know you're Doc Hamels.
No, I'm talking to Bonnie.
I know Bonnie. I knew her as Bonnie Scott. I don't know. I have to turn my sound off on my TV.
Yeah, with no Jimi Hendrix antics here.
There. This might be better.
There you go.
Bonnie?
Hi, Mike from Portland.
Mike Felsman.
Hi.
Hi, Mike Felsman.
Hi.
I had to clue her in there.
Do you remember me?
Oh, absolutely.
You got to use the mic. Mike.
Yes, I know you from the Tri-Church Parish.
Right.
Yes, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Very good. It's nice to hear you.
I had no idea you were going to be on today, and I heard Doc introduce you. Now, we're having trouble with sound coming from channel 1301. So he started to say like you're an executive director someplace, but I couldn't hear where.
Oh, from St. Susan Center, and we're a soup kitchen in Jamestown, New York.
I think, are you on Water Street?
Yes, we are.
Are you like it's an older building with many things in it?
Yes.
It used to be like a laser tag at one time in there.
Yes, the Gateway Center.
The Gateway Center. So you work there now?
Yes, I do.
Wow. Well, okay. I didn't hear a lot about the event because I was trying to call in, but I guess I can get the details if I...
I'll tell you what, Mike, we'll run through it one more time for you, okay?
Okay, I'll stay on the line.
Okay, Mike. So we're having a soup and a song on February 27th. Starts at 6 p.m. and this event will have local students from Infinity, and you are more than welcome to come down. We'll have about 6 soups, and it'll just be an evening where you can come and pay $10, and we have soups, desserts, and it's just a great time for people to come in, and it is a local fundraiser for St. Susan Center.
Okay, and I think that's a Thursday.
It sure is.
Okay, all right. I'm going to mark it down. I'm old enough now that I'm retired, so unfortunately I don't have another event on the schedule. So I'm going to try to get up there. It's been years since I've seen you, and I hope I have a chance to talk with you up there if you're not super busy.
Well, absolutely. It would be great to see you. And if not, then we certainly have other events, and it would be great to see you then.
All right. Okay, Bonnie. Well, I'll get off the line so you can continue to talk. But
Sounds good.
I saw you and I had a call in.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Mike, for calling.
Thank you, Mike.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, Mike from Portland, I know you're off the phone now, but we're going to consider this event a success if you come.
Okay, so people have any questions, any phone number they can call or anything?
If you have questions, call 716-664-2253 or check us out on Facebook, or our website is stsusancenter.org.
Okay, and that's February 27th, 6 p.m. And anything else, Jim?
Yeah, I just want to say how happy I am to bring these two organizations together. Infinity Visual Performing Arts, which does a phenomenal job of teaching kids and now adults in Jamestown music, dance, drawings, all kinds of different activities, artistic activities. They do over 12,000 lessons a year. Mm-hmm. It's just an amazing program. To bring these kids into St. Susan Center in purely in community spirit, working for St. Susan Center is really cool because they know that this is a fundraiser for St. Susan Center, not for Infinity Visual Performing Arts. Right. So it's fun from a community standpoint to have these kids there working for the St. Susan Center.
Every Christmas, they do a Christmas show for me here. Yeah. We've had it like 3 years now going. Okay, so let's wrap it up. Anything else, Bonnie? Last word?
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
All right, folks. So check out St. Susan's coming up here on February 27th, and only $10. The food is wonderful, and these guys are going to scoot. All right, so we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to be right back. Stay tuned. I'm telling you, this is going to be a great show. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Where'd I go? There I am. What is going? We got gremlins in the house today. I don't know what's going on. All right, folks. Okay, I was laughing because I'm getting the answers to my questions in my ear, but you all can't hear it. All right. So, anyways, recently, for those of you that are dog lovers like me, we were watching the Dogminster. What did I just say? Did I say Dogminster?
Yeah.
Well, it is. It's like Dogminster, Westminster Dog Show. Oh, too funny. Westminster Dog Show. And you sit there and you go, oh my God, look at that dog. I want that dog. And that's how we've kind of picked our dogs over the years, is watching these various breeds. And but what I find is a lot of times people get the dogs and they go, holy mackerel, I didn't know what that was all about. So as many of you know, my little buddy Brody is in the opening credits. And for those of you that read my column from Out of the West and Silver magazine, you can do a little highlight here, Justin. I just wanted to point out to you, if you haven't seen Brody, my little guy, he wrote his first column, so it was his culinary adventure at my house, and he's been eating everything in sight. So anyways, he's a lot of fun. But we're going to talk about dog care and grooming today, and I want to welcome to the show some old friends. They've groomed my dogs, mine and Barb's dogs, for a number of years now. So welcome Nancy Carroll-Hunt and Brian Hunt to the show.
Thank you.
And you're from Pooch Palace in
We are.
Northeast Pennsylvania, which
That's
is
right.
just, it might as well still be in New York State.
That's right.
You're practically on
It's
right on the
technically.
border. So how's everybody? Who do you got here today?
We have Sofia. She's a toy Shih Tzu, and Oz, who is a hairless Chinese crested.
Uh-huh.
He's kind of a hairy hairless because he has a lot of hair for a hairless.
He's got a lot of hair.
But he's still hairless.
Sophia, she's kind of conked out here.
Yeah, we had an early morning.
We're
and
so excited
Yeah,
to be
little,
on
little,
the show.
look at that face, Emerald.
There we go.
Look at his face. Zoom right in there. we're gonna give him a highlight here. Here we go. All right. So this is and Sophia is a what now?
Sophia is a toy Shih Tzu. These are 2 of our 5 dogs.
Okay.
And
And there's Oz.
yes,
And Oz is the crested,
Ozzy is a Chinese crested.
Chinese crested. And I've got a Tibetan Terrier. We've got Asia covered here.
We
Shih
do.
Tzus, Tibetans, and
we do. We have it all.
Chinese. Okay. Sophie, what?
She's tuning out a little.
She's doing it. She's like, ah.
she's a little overwhelmed. Yeah, it was early in the morning. Oh, see, yeah, the whole yawn. It was early in the morning.
Well,
we had a walk.
let's get started in our
Okay.
chat today. So I mentioned Dogminster. I'm going to have to quote that. That's my new word, Justin, Dogminster. Westminster Dog Show.
Mm-hmm.
And in all honesty, people do say, oh my gosh, look at that
Yes.
beautiful dog with all that flowing hair. And then they buy the breed or rescue that breed.
Mm-hmm.
They get the dog home, and then it's Nightmare City. Am I right?
Oh, you are exactly right. Nightmare City is a good term for what happens to a lot of dogs if owners are not prepared for the care that they have to give at home. Grooming is only one part of their life because they will probably see us 4 to 8 weeks. But dogs that are double coated or have long hair require almost daily brushing and care. And a lot of people don't research their breeds. I think a lot of research has to go into bringing a dog into your home because you're talking about the best part of 20 years.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, and you're gonna have this dog a long time, and to know a lot of what you're in for,
Right.
grooming wise and personality wise.
So
is important.
obviously you've done your homework because you're a groomer. How long have you been grooming?
I've been grooming since I got my grooming license in 1994. So you might have to figure that out. From Rochester Institute of
26
Grooming.
years.
26 years. And I was in hair school when I had taken a job as a bather at a local groom shop in Erie and decided that I liked that much better. And it was just felt like such a great fit every time I was with the dogs.
So where are you from?
I'm from Erie originally, and We hail in Harbor Creek now.
And Brian, you're from?
Ripley.
Ripley, my hometown, right? So you grew up there, went to school, all that good stuff?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I mention your name on the street, will people run in fear? Or?
Well, it's been a while. So I think they've forgotten
all that.
former exploits.
Okay. So Brian, are you involved with the business as well?
I am. I'm the co-owner, and I'm the grooming assistant.
Grooming assistant, okay. So Nancy, you mentioned double coats and long coats and things like that. So let's get really, oh my God, she's asleep.
They're very excited to be on the show.
They were really excited about an hour ago.
I'm looking at Sofia there, and her eyes are closed. I do that with some people, I guess. All right, so you said double coated. So for people who are listening, what breeds or would be double coated?
Huskies, German Shepherds, Havanese are even considered double coated, although they have long hair.
My guy Brody's double coated.
Yes.
Max was a bearded collie, he was double coated.
Yeah, it refers to having a short, like more coarser undercoat and then like maybe a downier overcoat. And what happens with these dogs, if they're not brushed out and the hair's not taken out regularly, it can become like a big mess, get matted, get all
So if these
intertwined.
dogs were running around 10,000 years ago, they'd be just a big hot mess, as you sometimes say.
Yeah, big hot mess.
Because they would just have all this hair, but nobody was grooming them.
Right.
You know, dogs have been in our lives for thousands of years. And what is there about a dog, Brian? What is it that trips your trigger about dogs?
Well, it's just one of those things that either hits you or it doesn't.
There's dog people and there's cat people, aren't there?
That's right. And I've always been one of those people that dogs like me, and I like dogs. And
How many dogs do you have?
We have 5.
You have 5 dogs?
That's right, 5.
Oh my God, my
5.
one guy. Emerald, how many dogs you got at your house?
We got 3.
3, but you guys win 5 dogs. Wow.
You need more. So, we do. We have 5 dogs. They're all rescued except for Sofia.
Now, is she double coated?
She's not double coated. She's a Shih Tzu, and they have more hair-like fur. I mean, it's all fur. It just depends on how people will say fur and hair, but it's all the same thing.
Okay.
But she has more like what you would call hair, where you know. But what you have to remember is like our hair falls out too. And
some of it doesn't come back, I've noticed. It falls off and gone.
Yes, and I may not be able to help you with that part, but just like our hair comes out, you know, you can say like this is a non-shedding breed, but you will still have hair in your house, you know, unless you brush them all the time.
So this is the part that I don't think people understand. The dog, the hair kind of builds up. They roll around on the rug, it balls up behind their ears, they go outside and get wet, and then it dries and it gets on their arm. I mean, this is Brody, this is Max, this is all my dogs. So what does that feel like for the dog? It's got to be painful or
when mats
uncomfortable.
start to form, it is really bad for them because if you've ever had your hair in a ponytail or
Yes, I
something
have.
tight.
Yes, I have.
And at the end of the night, you take that out, you're like, whoa, that hurts. And that's what it does to the dog. And since skin is like our biggest organ, it covers your body, it's not good for them physically and mentally because they're having that torture. And you need to get that brush out and just kind of go over them. You know, sometimes I tell people when you're just watching TV, do that. Just brush multi-directional and get the hair out. Once the mat becomes like pelted, where we could actually like shave it off in a pelt, it's really bad for them because it is keeping their skin from breathing.
Ooh, yeah, I can see that. So every once in a while you'll see a dog walking down the street and they just look like they're like something from outer space.
I always want to run and take them to the shop.
Yeah. Now, people are watching, listening right now, they might be saying, well, they've got a young puppy that's maybe, I don't know, 6 months old. Is that too young to start?
Oh, no, it's never too young to start. As soon as you get them, you should start, whether or not they were, you know, wherever they came from, whether they came from a shelter or a rescue or a breeder. Whatever you start immediately with a dog, no matter how old they are, they will accept that as part of your household. So if you start to brush them, and you can't just take a dog that might be adverse to brushing and just make them stay and brushed. You have to make it kind of fun. We do, I recommend kind of elevating the dog on maybe a table with a bath mat, so that they have a sturdy place that they can get a grip with their feet, and then start brushing. And then after brushing, you want to take a comb through them to make sure that there's no snarls in there.
Brody and I have a really close relationship, and his idea of getting brushed is WWF. It's a wrestling match with me. So what do you do in that case?
You can, enlist help with somebody in your household. If you don't have anybody else in your household, maybe find a friend to help you. If it's not working out, work something out with your groomer where maybe you can get, a bath and a brush out every couple weeks, or, at least not more than 4 weeks if you're having trouble brushing.
Okay. So the lesson here, I think, is when you're watching Westminster and you see these beautifully groomed, long-haired, flowing dogs, it's like Victoria's Secret on steroids for dogs. Those dogs are groomed like all the time.
Right. Those are
special
dogs.
condition show dogs, and most people don't keep their dogs in that coat. The typical everyday person, right?
Exactly. A lot of people think they want, they'll have a Labradoodle, Golden Doodle, Lhasa, something like that, and they get the idea that they're going to keep them really long. But when reality sets in and they realize that they either have to brush them every day or they have to pay somebody to brush them all the time, a lot of times that doesn't look so great, And so
research.
But also you can have these dogs, these beautiful dogs, and put them into pet cuts that are manageable for the household and whatever you can manage doing.
Okay, so a word for to the wise is check out the breed, learn if they shed or don't shed, learn about whether they're double coated or single coated. Is that correct? Single coated, and so on. And also, I'm going to guess this. You got to have the right equipment, and
Yes.
I learned a lesson. Okay, all these years I've been brushing my dogs, and for the most part doing okay. But Brody's coat is exceptionally long, and he was getting mad at it, and I was getting frustrated. And lo and behold, I realized the brush I was using was too short. The wires were too short. So
Right.
I'll talk about that right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, there's
You can hold
different-
it up, and maybe we can zoom in on that a little bit. What do you call this, Gizmo?
This is a slicker brush.
Slicker.
This one is made for long-haired breeds, like Tibetan Terriers and Golden Doos and those kind of guys. It has longer bristles on
And
it.
it's kind of angled on the end, right?
Right. It's a little bit angled because you're picking hair up and brushing hair down on a dog. So you want it to kind of grab the hair and pull out from, you want to always see skin on your dog when you're brushing them. These come in shorter versions for terriers,
Right.
and also comes in pin brushes for dogs that maybe just have long flowing coats.
What
that-
do you mean by pin brush?
A pin brush has a lot less bristles on it.
Okay.
For dogs that maybe have thinner hair or real long coated breeds that have thin hair, and you're just going to go through them every day with this little pin brush.
Okay.
This pulls out a lot of hair with it, which is good because you're taking out all the dead hairs.
And that's the undercoat?
Yes,
Okay.
you'll take out the
The
undercoat.
double coat, yeah.
Yes,
And that's pretty fluffy stuff on Brody, I know.
really fluffy.
Very, very fine.
Really,
hair.
really fluffy. Some dogs have a more wiry coat, and some dogs have that real downy coat, and those are really hard to deal with because they get matted so fast.
So we have a slicker brush.
We have a slicker, and we have a greyhound comb.
Greyhound.
The greyhound comb has two different sides to it. The one side has wider teeth.
Okay.
And what you do is after you brush your dog thoroughly, you go through with the wider teeth to see if there's anything that you've missed. If this all goes through on the wide teeth, you go through with the little teeth.
So like refining.
But you don't want to start with a comb because this will grab onto any little mat or
So
tangle.
start with the slicker.
Start with your slicker brush.
All right, so for those who are watching, they're probably saying, all right, so if I just grab my dog and start doing this, or should they bathe them first, or?
I would recommend trying to brush your dog thoroughly before you bathe them. When you bathe dogs, when dogs get wet, their mats and their tangles tend to really tighten up, and just not good.
Mm-hmm.
So I would try to do that. There's spray-on conditioners out there made for dogs. Make sure you use products for dogs because their pH is different than humans. And you don't want their skin to get irritated. So look for some good conditioners out there. There's a lot of natural products out that are great now. And that can help you with your brushing and pre-bath and after bath.
Okay, so when you give a dog a bath, it's like trying to catch a pig.
For some of them.
All my dogs, as soon as they get out of the tub, I gotta close all the doors in the bathroom, and I corner them. It's fun. I mean, we always have a lot of laughs, but it's like they just slip and slide and just shake all over. So what's the proper procedure to dry a dog so that their hair doesn't get more tangled? Because I've seen that done.
If you can do it, it's really good to purchase a real low-cost dog dryer that's just small. They're portable, and they might be under like $100.
You're talking about hand dryer?
They're like hand dryers, but they sit on the floor and they have like a little hose.
Okay.
And it will allow you to have like different speeds, and it won't heat up as hot as a human hair dryer. Human hair dryers aren't efficient when you're drying your dog. Plus, they can heat up and really get too warm for a dog. You have to
So if you have like a cold setting, just an open air setting, that would work?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, as you know, my wife's a cosmetologist, and we've got the ones that just blows air, so that probably will be okay.
Oh yeah,
we don't want to heat the dog up. We don't no hot
It
dogs.
would be okay. I mean, they're not real efficient with like a big hairy dog, but it's fine as long as you're not using too warm of air.
Okay. So Brian, what do you do at the shop?
Whatever needs done. I'm the assistant, so if Nancy, who's just a little person, if she gets a big dog, I come in and I'll help her to
load up the dog.
Load the dog in the tub and get him on the table and hold him in place while she's grooming.
Okay. Are there any particular breeds you don't do?
Yes, we don't do dogs that are over maybe 75 pounds. I might say that's a kind of a high cutoff point for us. And also, we currently don't accept pit bulls and
that's your choice?
some of those. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Other groomers might?
Other groomers might
Preference.
and do, yes.
When you said you had your groomer's license, I guess I didn't know that you can get a license for groomer. I thought it was just something you kind of like, someone taught you and you passed it on. So what's involved with grooming licensure?
You have to you take it's a certificate actually, but you take a test at the end of your schooling.
Okay.
So we test on long-legged terriers, short-legged terriers, a poodle, a Bichon, a dog that would be like Brody, like a long-haired, a long-haired dog, a short-haired dog, and you have to take a test and you get graded on different points of the dog.
So your certification is New York State approved? How's that work? I mean, was it in New York or Pennsylvania?
Yes, it was in New York. It was in Rochester.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you registered with New York State? I mean, like a teacher's certificate, but the
Not-
school is.
Not exactly, but yeah, but we have a certificate from that school that
Okay.
was registered with New York State.
Because I'm not taking any shots at anybody, but I've talked to some people that are in the business, and I've asked them over the years. So tell me, how did you learn this? And they say, well, I took a 2-week course and I learned on the job. How long was your program?
It was about 16 weeks, and it really, I like, the longer the school is, I say go for it.
Okay.
Look for a school. If you're going to go to school for grooming, look for a school that has a really good program that's all, set up and they know exactly what they're doing.
I don't know how you would learn how to do. I forgot how many different breeds are at the Westminster, but I mean, every one of those dogs. I mean, it's got to be different, isn't it?
It's different, and it is. Each dog has its own. You have to do a different style on each dog. Each dog has its own.
So, are there
style.
books like?
There are lots of books.
For like like Sofia here. I mean, is there a special look that you're looking for her?
Well, she's slightly frumpy. That's usually the look we get with. She's a tomboy, but yes, You know, she's kind of just a pet Shih Tzu cut, and I end up adding some colors in and stuff with her.
But I mean,
she's fun.
but there's a look that you want her to look like, you know, with
Yes.
the beard and the ears
Yes,
and things
but
like
she doesn't. Yes, but you don't have to do that look as a pet look. But if you were taking a certification test, you would want to do a certain look to have a Shih Tzu or a Lhasa Apso.
So let's go back to Brian, because I want to keep him in the loop here. So you do the bathing. So what's involved? You just put him in a tub or something? Or
That's right. We have a nice tub, and we have a bathing system in the tub. So the pooch goes in the tub,
Yeah.
and we give him a nice massage,
Ooh.
a nice bath, actually 2 baths, and a conditioning treatment. While they're in the tub, then we'll do the ears, and we make sure everything gets clean, all their face and their paws. And that's the most important stage, is getting them good and clean, and from there getting them blown out properly. So my job is to get the dog clean, get the dog ready for Nancy to do the cut on.
Okay, so there's a lot of stages to this process.
There's a lot of stages, and it's a lot of work. I think a lot of people don't realize how much work it is when you drop your dog off at the groomers and say, I'll
You
see ya.
just throw them in the tub and get towel drying,
A
right?
lot of people say, you just bathe dogs all day, and it's like, no, there's a lot to the process. And actually, the blowout and the brushing is just as important as the groom, because if they're not properly blown out and the hair is not going in the right direction and they're not blown out from the skin out, they're not going to look good when you take, the clipper to them and do the actual groom.
So Brian, you mentioned ears. What do you mean by taking care of their ears? What's the care you have to do there?
Well, you just have to take a peek in and make sure that there's no...
Plucking.
Of course, clean them, get
Clean
them
the
nice
ears.
and clean.
Yep,
And
they
a
get dirty.
A lot of breeds will have hair that grows in their ears
Yeah.
too, and that creates problems as well. That'll catch dirt or hold things in. So you want to get that hair out of the ears too.
You pull the hair out of their ears.
We pull the hair out of their ears.
Do they
and
scream?
Sometimes, and sometimes they're so used to it that it's not a big deal.
Does it hurt?
Well, I think it hurts if they're not taken care of properly. I have some dog parents that actually do that at home in between grooms too.
So that's important.
It's really important because that's number one thing in ear infections, is that hair is a catch-all for dirt and ear oils.
You know, we watch those veterinarian shows all the time at home. I mean, Barb's addicted to them. And you see them coming in all the time. They say that this dog's got an ear infection. And they look, ugh.
Ear infections are the number one complaint of everybody, and yeasty ears and yeasty paws. Yeast seems to be just
But
a
get
big
the hair out.
problem. Get the hair out.
I would never
Get
have
the hair
thought to
out.
get the hair out. Interesting. Okay, you said something about paws. What about paws? Obviously, a dog's been around through the mother dirty, but is it more than that?
Yes. If you really want to keep your dog's paws dry like their ears, because we're fighting like yeast and things like that will get overgrown on a dog's skin. So a lot of times when your dog comes in from running, especially now, they're running through salt on the streets, and depending on where you live, and they're getting some debris in their paws. So when you bring your dog in after a walk, I suggest using either like a little cup of warm water to dip their paws in, or baby wipes, and you just wipe the paws and make sure that there's nothing in. You can inspect the paws, make sure there's nothing in there like little pebbles or something that's going to hurt the paws.
Sure.
Because you want to protect those pads. And you also want to keep hair away from the pads, because you want them to walk on their pads at all times and not walk on hair.
So what you're saying, they could get matted?
They do get mats in between
Or-
their pads sometimes, and we find that a lot in some of the dogs that we do. But also, it's just they're made to walk on those pads. That's like their shoes. So when they can't walk on those pads and there's too much hair, it's going to cause problems for their.
Okay, so sounds like you go from toes to ears to noses, the whole dog. So what
We
about
do.
nails? You mentioned nails, I think?
Yes, nails are really important. Nails are another thing that if you cannot take care of their nails at home, or you're uncomfortable with taking care of their nails, you need to find a vet or a groomer to help you with this process, because nails should always be kept as short as possible, but you don't want to get them so short that you would get the quick
Yes, Max and I learned that one day as we had blood everywhere. I just said,
Yes.
we're not doing this again.
Yes, and
I felt
that's
so
why a
bad.
lot of people are uncomfortable with nails, and they're afraid of getting the quick. And
It's hard to
it
tell
does happen.
sometimes.
It is hard to tell, especially on black nails. It's a little easier on white nails are easy because you can almost see where they're at. But blonde nails and black nails you can't see.
Now, the Chinese crested, he's got a little sweater on there, or jacket, but you told me he has no hair otherwise?
He has not much hair. He's kind of a hairy hairless.
Hairy, hairless. Okay, so more hair than typical, but still not much.
Right.
So under that jacket, there's no hair?
Right.
So
That's his.
a hairless dog.
It's a
So
hairless dog.
so I'm sure the people that are watching may have seen this breed, and they're probably wondering, well, what kind of care do you give that dog? I mean, it's like 5 minutes in the tub, in and out, done. And
No, actually, hairless breeds take a lot of care. You have to keep them bathed and moisturized
Moisturized.
all the time, just like you would care for like a baby. It's almost the same care, and they have to have clothing on all the time, from summer through winter. They have to be protected from sun and wear sunblock in the summer, and then they need to have like a little T-shirt on to keep them.
They
from
get
getting-
sunburn?
They get sunburnt, and they are very predisposed to getting skin cancers, just
Oh
like
my
we
gosh.
are. So you need.
Oz, did we wake you up? He's got doing a little licking around there.
If we need a sweater, Ozzy needs a sweater.
Right.
And he's got to
So
have.
how about in the wintertime? How does he do?
In the wintertime, he does well. We have a Chautauqua Quintley, a hairless Mexican that does not like the winter at all.
Wait a minute, what did you just say?
Chautauqua Quintley.
Showless Quintley.
Chautauqua Quintley.
Is that his name?
No, that's her breed.
Oh, that's the one that starts with X that I can never
Right,
say
right.
on Westminster.
That's right.
Sholo Quinty.
Ruby is her name, and she really, really hates us for turning on the winter.
Oh boy.
Oz loves, he's just, we call
He's
him a
a-
playboy. He loves everything, and he will go out and he wants to play in the snow. And he has a lot of snowsuits, especially made for him.
So there's a lot to this.
There's a lot
sure
to
is.
it.
So
and
again, if you're thinking about that type of dog, you got to think about it a little
you
bit.
got to think if you have the time and you want to put in the care for the dog.
If this shows on camera, you can see that Ozzy's tongue sticks out a little bit.
Yeah. We're going to zoom right in on that.
And one of the peculiarities of the hairless breed is that the hairlessness is linked to their teeth
Uh-huh.
through their genes, and they tend to have some bad teeth, and as they lose their teeth, that's why his tongue
Oh,
comes
just
out.
pops right out. Nothing to hold
And
it
that
back.
brings up another topic with dogs, and that's taking care of their teeth.
Okay.
And this is another thing, and it's just like grooming and bathing. This is a process that you want to do gradually. Get your dog accustomed to it. You don't try to do everything at once, but slowly you can get a little toothpaste, a little baby toothbrush works nicely, and just get them used to the idea a little bit now and again, every day or so. And before you know it, they're perfectly fine with it. And it's a daily occurrence to take your dog and brush his teeth, and that'll give him nice fresh breath, and you won't have that awful dog breath.
An awful,
syndrome
an
to
awful
worry
dental
about.
bill at the vets.
yeah.
Also, I want to add, never ever please use human toothpaste. It's dangerous for dogs. They can't have that.
Oh, okay.
Xylitol and all those artificial sweeteners are really poisonous.
Okay.
So find a good doggy toothpaste. We have some that we really like, and it's poultry flavored, beef flavored, and they like it.
Poultry flavored.
Yes.
Shit. Who knew, Justin? It all tastes like chicken. Okay, so where are you guys located?
We're located at 16 North Lake Street in Northeast PA.
Which is just across the border.
Just across the border. We have clients right now from all over, Fairview, Westfield, all
Ripley.
over. Ripley. All over. We love it. We love where we're at. We're right across from the park. It's we just love our shop's location, and
Okay.
we love the town. And
You brought some pictures of some of your friends. So want to show some of those?
Sure,
And you
sure.
can comment? All right.
Sure.
So in no particular order, we're going to bring a picture up and we're going to describe it for our listeners on the radio so they know what's going on. So this is a little bit blurry, but
Little
what's
bit
going
blurry.
on here?
Okay, that is one of my clients' dogs, and that is our shop. And we were just goofing around. We do one dog at a time. So when you come to pick your dog up, we spend a lot of time with our clients. We talk with them before they drop the dog off, and we talk when they come to pick the dog up. And we were goofing around and taking pictures, and she took this picture of me.
What's this dog's name?
This is Coco, I believe.
Okay. All right. Keep going. What am I
This is
looking
our
at?
shop window.
Oh,
We
okay.
always have something going on. This was our summer window. We had a bicycle in there last summer.
Okay, so if you're walking by, you're going to see some fun things, right?
Right.
It's a
Yes,
fun-
we
fun
try
shop.
to keep it fun.
Yep. Okay. Oh, no. Who's that?
Oh, that's Weber, and he is one of my dogs that travels from Fairview.
Emerald's going to blow up over there. She just can't wait to get
He's
hold of
from
his
a
dog.
family of 3 poodles, and I have to say that this family probably takes the best care of their dogs.
His ears are sticking straight out there. He was cutie. Oh, who we got here? What is that?
That is a mixed dog that I do, and I can't even think of.
Oh, it's a cute
her
little dog.
name.
Is this a small dog?
Yeah,
A small
very
dog.
very small dog.
Very,
Very small dog, like a poodle mix.
okay. Aw, what is that? Is that
That
Maltese
is-
or Bichon?
That
what is
is a little Bichon, and she's very elderly. So we got that bow in there for about a minute and a half,
I know they went.
and took some pictures, you know. But she comes in. She's adorable.
So
She comes in.
when do you start grooming a dog?
When do I start grooming?
Yeah, age-wise. Puppies?
Oh, you should start
Sooner the
grooming your
better?
dog as soon as you have them in your hand. Yeah, you should start grooming your dog.
It's that gradual
Right.
acclimation. that
It's
you want.
never too early
Okay.
to groom a dog.
Oh, we got twos here.
Yes, that's the other. That's Webb again, I believe, and
and
one of his
Sash.
sisters.
Okay, so 2 poodles.
Yes.
We have a nice little couch in the shop that the dogs hang
Okay.
out
Yes.
on.
So
We're
that's
not-
pretty much it?
Yep.
Okay.
We don't have cages in the shop. I mean, we have them if we need them for a certain reason or safety.
Okay, great. We have a caller. Would you like to talk to someone?
Sure.
All right. Good morning, caller.
Well, good morning. This is Linda Spalding
Hey, Linda.
from
Hi,
the
Linda.
Senior Employment Program at the Office for the Aging. It's great to see your guests that are so devoted to my canine friends.
Now, you have a piano player in your house, right?
Well, he went to doggy heaven.
Oh, but he used to.
Oh, yeah. He used to play the piano. That was Squirty.
I remember Squirty used to, I'd be talking to Linda and Squirty would be playing the piano in the background.
Yeah,
Ding,
yeah.
ding, ding,
Squirty
ding,
would
ding.
play.
What
Dog
kind of,
Dog taught him how to play the piano. You would just say, Squirty, play the piano. He would go over to the piano, get on his hind legs, and move his paws back and forth.
here's a bad joke. He was the pianist in the family. Oh.
Doc had them tape him on the Access Channel in Jamestown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was when the Backstreet Boys were coming here or something.
Uh-huh.
It was a long time ago. And they came and interviewed Doug at our home, and he said, well, we have musicians in our family, even our dog. And she got a picture of him playing the piano, and they telecast it
What
on the Jamestown News. People told me about it.
What breed of dogs do you have?
Mine are all poodles. I think they're smart.
Okay.
They're very smart.
Very
They are
smart.
very smart.
What size poodle? Because there's a little one, big one, middle-sized one.
The ones that I have now are toy poodles.
Okay.
We used to have a mini poodle. They're around 18 pounds.
Okay.
But I've got 2 toys right now. They're half brothers.
Well, that's something we didn't talk about. The dogs come sometimes in different sizes depending on
Yes.
the breed.
Yes,
All
Yes.
right. So did you used to have those big ones? Linda, did you have big poodles or just little ones?
I never had a standard poodle.
Did you see
And
that?
I never had the real tiny ones. They're called teacup or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of like mice. I shouldn't say that.
Did you watch Westminster or Dogminster, depending on who you are?
I have watched it.
They had a poodle this year. It was magnificent. That won. It was unbelievable.
Beautiful.
It was huge. It was that beautiful black poodle. But anyways, so do you have dogs now, Linda?
Yeah. Well, do you want to hear them bark?
Sure.
You've heard them in the.
I have heard them. I have.
Well, they're kind of content right now. They just came in from a walk and had their breakfast, and they're relaxing right now.
All right. So these are the two half brothers. What are their names?
So little white one, the younger one, is Dickens. And I should never have named him that because that's what he is. And the other one is Toulouse.
Is what?
Toulouse, like Toulouse-Lautrec.
Oh, Toulouse. All right.
Toulouse, yeah.
So are you grooming them at home? Brushing them?
No, I have a groomer that I take them to a friend.
You're smart.
Yeah. You know, I brush them and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm glad you brought up the point of keeping their teeth clean.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about using those greenies that you get from the store for them to chew on? They're supposed to be like a toothbrush.
I think it's okay for them to have things like that once in a while. I don't think it really replaces brushing.
So maybe a combination.
Yeah, maybe a combination, and you might want to look for natural versions of that too. But yes, there's a couple of also some liquid toothbrushing type stuff that you can kind of just squirt in their mouths. And sometimes if they're real averse to having
That would be Brody.
yeah, if they're real averse to having your finger or a brush in their mouth,
Yeah.
then you could do that every night, and it would probably keep the bacteria at bay.
Oh, cool.
I have a doggy toothpaste that the veterinarian gave me.
You're right.
Yes, love
Okay.
that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it chicken flavored?
I think it is chicken flavored.
It's chicken. They like the chicken.
Justin and I are getting a kick out of that. Chicken flavored toothpaste. Oh my
Mine
God.
love seafood. They love seafood much more
Seafood?
than chicken.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Who knew?
If I have seafood around, or I
Poodles do.
open a can of tuna fish, they go berserk.
Yeah.
In fact, I've taken them walking on the ice when the fishermen are out there,
Yeah.
and sometimes they'll have their fish piled up.
Uh-oh.
But they'll want to go after the fish.
Okay, Lynn, so what's going on in your world over at OFA?
Well, I have funding for our training slots
Okay.
with the Senior Employment Program. I just put 2 people on. I'm going to be putting more people on. I'm looking right now for somebody with clerical skills and office skills, naturally computer, in the Jamestown area. People should call our office,
There it is.
Chautauqua County Office for the Aging in Mayville, 753-4471. And, of course, there are other services available besides the Senior Employment Program.
Okay, very good. All right, Lynn, well, enjoy the warm weather that we're going to be experiencing the next couple of days, and we'll talk to you next time.
Oh, and happy George Washington's Day, too.
Who knew? I forgot
Today's
about him.
George Washington's
Hey,
birthday.
There we go. Thank you, Lynn, for...
Make sure you have that cherry pie.
Yeah, there you go. I love pie. All right, we'll talk to you next time.
Okay. thanks.
Okay. So we got a couple minutes left of the show. It goes by quick.
I know, it
So
does.
what would you like to talk about at this point?
Anything you would like to talk about?
Well, are you
that
taking customers? How's that?
We-
We'll give
we
you a
are-
little promotion here.
We are taking customers. To be a part of our clientele at Pooch Palace, you would need to first call me.
And what's the number?
The number is 814-490-0260.
Okay.
You can also text me. Give me as much information about your dog as you can, and then we set you up with an appointment and go from there.
Rabies shots, Bordetella, all that stuff?
They definitely have to have rabies, because without rabies, please know that your dog is not legal. Everything else is up to you. I don't force people to get inoculations, but we do like people to have Bordetella because it is a nasty virus. It can even live on your clothes.
Okay. Brian, you get a last shot here. Anything you want to share?
Well, just for folks that are thinking maybe they've got a new dog and they're ready to try a little grooming at home, just remind everybody again, start slowly.
Make it fun.
Don't try to do everything at once. Make it fun.
Give them treats.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Don't make it a horrible thing.
Play,
because, yeah.
play with their feet especially, because that'll make them not so shy about their nails.
hands-on.
Hands-on.
All right. One more time, that phone number.
814-490-0260.
Okay,
That's
folks.
Pooch Palace.
We've had a guest here, Nancy Carroll-Hunt and her husband Brian Hunt from Pooch Palace in Northeast Pennsylvania. If you're interested, give them a shout. That's it for today. We've learned a lot about grooming dogs. I have. And so we're going to do this all again next week with another guest and another topic. So for those of you out there around the world, have a great day. Be nice to each other. And we'll do this next Saturday right here on Access Chautauqua at 9 a.m. on Channel 1301. I'm Doc Hamels. Sign off. We'll see you next time. Bye now. How much?